gaudy, so gaudy. Gaudy stats. Good God, that's gaudy. Welcome to Gaudy Stats
with Ben Simmons.
What's on the menu, Benny boy?
Welcome. Come on in. Pull up a chair. Sit by the fire. And let's discuss stats that are gaudy. Did you see what Anthony Davis did recently? 5 times 5. Hasn't happened since 2015 when Draymond, old Dusty himself, had a 5 times 5. We all know that Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon is the king of the 5 times 5. He did it 6 times. Okay? His last one in 1993, 34 points, 10 rebounds, 8 blocks, 5 assists, and 5 steals. Now, compared to that one, Anthony Davis had a little baby 5 times 5. 12 points, 16 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals, and 5 blocks. He kind of squeaked in. You know, he kind of got underneath that 5 times 5 window, but still, he's entered rarefied air, you know, with the likes of Andrei Karolinko. So I love Andrei Karolinko, actually. I'm a big fan of his. I feel like he's underrated at this point. Crazy stats in the NBA this year. I wish I had the time to do like a podcast about, or different podcasts about all these different crazy statistics we've seen in the NBA. I mean, the scoring is way up. It's been wild. The 50-point outburst. Kevin Durant scored 51 the other night. Two high 40 games below that. I think he's averaging like 48 points in his last like 3 or 4 or something like that. Oh my goodness. I love it. Some people are like, oh, I want to go back to the early 90s where the games were like 65 to 69. No. Just stop. Close your mouth. Take your face and shove it in a toilet and crank that knob a few times. And then talk to me. Okay? Because you're wrong and you're stupid and you need to shut up. Okay? Come here. Hey. Come here. Come here. Come here. That's not bad that I'm doing. I mean, I don't condone violence. This is just an imaginary person that I'm beating the shit out of. But all kinds of stats, folks. Do you like stats? Do you like them? Oh, you're shaking your head. Of course you do. So don't complain about the way the NBA is. All right? Same with the NFL. We had a 54 to 51 point game. Now that's an outlier for the whole season. Scoring has been up, but that was what was it, like the top 5 greatest game you've ever seen? I mean, I was trying to think of a better game. I mean, obviously some of these Super Bowls, last year's Super Bowl, as our good friend Daniel pointed out to me, that was one of the best Super Bowls. That's an amazing comeback. I'm sorry, I was thinking of the Patriots one before that. That was a great game too. Great Super Bowls last 2 years. But this was like probably the best regular season game I've ever seen. I mean, 2 offenses just going up and down the field. Crazy plays, big chunk plays, chunky plays. Oh man, incredibly entertaining. It's been just a statistical deluge, folks. It's a lot to handle. It's a lot to get your mind around. But you know, I invited a few of my buds, you know, Samuel and the Kempster. I invited them in, and we got on the horn, and we just wanted to talk. We didn't know what to talk about. We just wanted to, we're a few guys just bonding, you know, putting our heads together, mind melding. Throwing around stats. So Samuel had an idea. Let's just do like a kind of like, who are the top 24 players? Who are the top players you want to target in next year's draft? Yeah, we're already thinking about next year's draft. fantasy football draft. Did I mention NFL? I was talking about NBA, the NFL. I'm all over the place, okay? I got a lot of things in my head, stats. They're just piling on. Tomorrow is Sunday. Huge week for fantasy football in our league. Also, just a great week of games. I can't wait. I'm going to eat I got all these frozen dumplings from this place called Fubon here in Portland, Oregon. It's an amazing grocery. It's an Asian grocery. They have tons of dumplings. I have this big steamer. I'm going to steam probably 40 of them. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to eat the dumplings until I feel sick. Then I'm going to wait 2 minutes. And then I'm going to continue to eat more. So I got shrimp. I got beef. I got pork. I got a veggie. I got all kinds of shit. All kinds of I got shit dumplings. I got dumplings of shit. And I'm going to... Okay. Sorry. I'm getting a little crazy here. Anyways, let's go ahead. And you can listen to our little conversation here. I'm going to try to put out some more pods. I know I've said it before. I get it. I say that a lot. But, I'm not getting paid for this shit. Okay? So I will do it when I can. Thank you so much for listening, though. I appreciate that. And don't forget, we're doing the Gaudies. At the end of this NFL season, at the end of the regular season, we are going to be doing the Gaudies, okay? The Academy Awards of stats, of pro football stats, NFL stats, okay? We are going to be doing the Gaudies. Yes, the first annual Gaudies. Samuel, the Kimster, myself, and maybe some other folks. Maybe get Dan on the horn, some other friends of ours, maybe some people from our fantasy football league. We're going to get people on the horn, and we're going to talk about stats, and we're going to give their awards. Patrick Mahomes, he might be featured. You think? Yes, Patty Mahomes will be featured. Oh, Patty Mahomes. Lots of other players as well. So be excited about that. But without further ado, I'm going to shut the fuck up. And you guys are going to listen to the conversation we just had. Kempster, Samuel, and myself talking about players we want to target next year. I made a couple of bad picks. Ignore those. Focus on the good ones. Enjoy.
Okay, now keep in mind we're doing it as though I guess what does this mean? We'll each pick twice for 4 different teams, basically. So it's not we each end up with a team. It's just the top 24 players, basically. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So yeah, I mean,
I see what you're saying.
Just to let the listeners in, we have a system with it's 1 QB, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 2 flex, one of which is a receiver tight end, the other is a receiver running back tight end, and then a kicker and a defense. We have a half PPR, and then this sort of somewhat quirky system that's a quarter point per completion and a fifth of a point per carry. So with that out of the way, I'll go ahead and I mean, it's pretty hard not to take Gurley. He's going to be, I believe, 25 next year.
Got you.
In theory, he's going to be at the peak of his powers with Sean McVay, with Jared Goff. He's just had an unbelievable year. We were talking about that. We had that stat that was mentioned where at one point, maybe I think it probably was the week before, or maybe 2 weeks before that Monday night game, where in our scoring system, when you looked at running backs, Gurley had over twice as many points as RB10, and RB10 at that time was Phillip Lindsay, who's had a damn good year. But that just shows just how dominant Gurley has been. And thinking about the idea of value-based drafting and, how many points above the average position of your player, how many points above is that particular player? I mean, Gurley is seemingly the king of that this year. So Gurley to me would be a no doubt, no-brainer number 1.
Yeah. Good job. What's crazy is that he's only a year older than Sony Michel. And he's been his 3rd year in the league.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, they shared a backfield at Georgia, but I didn't realize it was only 1 year. That is crazy.
That's wild. I'm going to go with Saquon Barkley.
Ooh,
now,
yeah.
I honestly don't really like drafting RBs super early because I feel like the injury rate is just crazy. This year there haven't been as many high-profile injuries to RB1s, but I was kind of oscillating between Kamara, and Saquon. As you both know, I'm a huge Alvin fan. Alvin and Chipmunks. No, not Alvin Kamara, of course. But I just think Saquon's going to get a lot of volume. He's just a freakish athlete. I'm assuming I know there could be some turnover on the Giants next year, but I'm hoping they'll continue to be fed tons of passing volume targets. So we can continue to gobble those up. I mean, he's already up to 71 catches this year, 4 touchdowns, 581 yards. So he's just like a 3-down back. Those are pretty hard to find. Not even, Alvin's not technically a three-down back. I mean, he is, but he's not used that way exclusively. Mark Ingram's splashed in there. So I feel pretty good about Saquon. I'm not sure how good the team's going to be. I think Gurley's definitely on a better team, but I'm feeling good about him because he's just has huge man thighs, and that goes a long way.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what do you would you? I think that at the top there's just not. It'd be hard to argue with any of these of a couple of these in any kind of order. So I mean,
I think Gurley
number 2.
Gurley and Saquon at 1-2. I think is going to be your, standard, like lock it in. And I could see somebody doing Barkley over Gurley, but I think next year that's probably what you're going to see as your 1-2. Which brings me at number 3.
Can I ask real fast just one question? Kemp, you and I both liked Barkley to begin the year. Has he been as good, better, or somehow, if it could even be possible, worse than you thought he would be?
He has met his bar was so high coming in that to meet it would have been tough. But he's almost exceeded even the lofty expectations. I mean, he is so good.
I think I would say he's exceeded as well. He stays
awesome. He stays healthy. Like he doesn't get hurt. Like he's almost which given his playing style is almost crazy.
By the way, now that Chris has said that, our thoughts are with all Saquon Barkley owners as he pulls his hamstring against who do they play this week?
The Bears.
Chicago.
The Bears. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on pace. He's on pace for 2,000 yards from scrimmage, which is pretty amazing rookie year.
Yeah. When we get to the Gaudis, he's got one game in particular that I might be throwing out there as an individual game. Anyway, I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I got a game I want to throw out there too, but I will say that for the Gaudis. We can have many. We'll have many single game Gaudis indeed.
And now bringing up the rear year at number 3. I mean, this one's actually a tough spot to be in because I'm looking at Alvin Kamara, Melvin Gordon, and Christian McCaffrey. All 3 of those. I mean, you couldn't argue taking them at 3. And I think I gotta go with. Man, I'm gonna go with McCaffrey.
Time's up. Sorry.
I'm going with McCaffrey. I'm going with my boy.
Wow.
That's a tough one. That's really tough.
McCaffrey
that's a tough
3rd
one,
overall.
Wow.
I like McCaffrey, but that is a lot of confidence.
He's been godlike the last
used.
4 weeks. 3 of the last 4 weeks.
I know.
Incredible. But I kind of agree. He's not as consistent as Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
Or Kareem Hunt.
Well,
I can't believe you didn't mention can't believe you didn't mention Zeke in there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
No,
So,
Zeke
Kemp, who you taking on the
Zeke as
snake?
well.
Who are you taking on the snake?
No, it's not the snake yet. It's
No,
we go
literally,
back
it is the snake. It is the snake.
You're going back. The snake's wrapping
no, but
around and going back.
I thought we were doing a 12-team draft. So like whoever drafts.
We are. Okay.
Oh,
Someone
okay. All right.
didn't follow directions.
Okay, so all right. Well, whatever. If that's the case, then let me. All right, I'll stay with
Jesus.
Christian McCaffrey, and then in fourth role, Zeke Elliott.
Yeah.
I think he showed last night that he is pretty much matchup proof. I mean, you had the best defensive line in the NFL going up against them, and he still racks up, I believe, like over 150 yards total and a touchdown. Dallas just feeds him heavily, and I don't see that changing anytime. Why change something that works? I think Jason Garrett has basically guaranteed that he's not going to get fired this year, which means it's going to be the same routine in 2019. Yeah, give me Zeke at number 4, and in fact, you could probably move him up to number 3 and make Christian McCaffrey number 4. Because I wasn't able to talk about Christian McCaffrey when I picked him originally. So let me talk about.
You can talk about him. Talk about him a little bit. I want to hear your thoughts. Because I have him right now.
Christian McCaffrey.
I could listen to somebody talk about him all day long.
Oh God, he's so good. He's so good. He the way he's used and he's got that Saquon quality to him where he doesn't get hurt, at least not in the NFL. He did get hurt in college.
Oh
but
God, you just cursed him.
I know, I did.
He's gonna get hurt in the NFL.
Tyreek Hill doesn't get hurt, never gets hurt either. Adam Thielen never gets hurt. Spencer Ware never gets hurt. No, I'm just. But anyways, I don't want to jinx your team. But Christian McCaffrey.
Thank God we gave you time to talk about McCaffrey.
No. Well, the way he's used in Carolina, just overloading him with the rock. And I've also been on record as saying I think he's a better route runner than Alvin Kamara. I think he, at the very least, is just as good as Alvin Kamara in terms of catching passes. So that's what puts him over Alvin Kamara for me. It's a very slim margin, but if you have to pick hairs, that's where I'm going.
I think the expression is split hairs, Chris. I think you said if you had to pick hairs.
Pick hairs, split hairs. Whatever.
It's hard to pick hairs.
Oh man, I think I'm gonna go with Patty Mahomes.
Wow.
I'm reaching for him really early. I just want to make sure I have him on my team. He went for $1 in our draft this past year, and I don't think he's going to have as good of a year next year as he had this year. But I covet him. I want to see his face on my roster. I'm mildly obsessed. I just want him. I want to have him. So I'm nabbing Mahomes.
Wait, isn't it Sam's turn?
No, it's Ben's turn.
We're snaking back to Sam.
Oh yeah.
So now it's
Sam
Sam's turn
first. All right, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm peeking for team number 6. There's a couple routes I could go here. I think one thing when you enter this sort of territory, and maybe even before, I would start to think about try and forecast what team Le'Veon Bell is going to be on, because I don't think Le'Veon Bell will have forgotten how to play football when he joins whatever team he's joining next year. But obviously, it would be there is a wide range if he goes and signs with the Jets, I'm not going to feel terribly great about it. Whereas
Hey, look,
if
can
he
we
ends up,
can we stop real quick? The timeout.
Yeah.
Really fast? Like what teams are going to be in the market for Le'Veon? New York Jets is.
Well, isn't it about who has the cap room?
Yes,
It's not really about the market.
And I am not sure that the Jets do have cap room. I believe.
Patriots.
I thought they were kind of seen as one of the suitors.
Patriots should go after him, Kemp.
Say what?
Patriots
should
go after him.
Patriots should go after him if they, didn't insanely go after Sony Michel in the first flipping round.
If he'll sign a 1 year, $12,000 deal, then Belichick will take him.
I was kind of kidding. Actually, if I was a GM, I probably wouldn't go after him, honestly. I mean, it's just the kind of thing, it's like what happened with McKinnon this year. He signed him to a big contract and they get injured. There's a lot of turnover in the position. I don't know if I would
the contract. Okay, so yeah, right. So it's important to distinguish between those things. I think for the kind of money he wants, it's insane, and I would not pay it. I do think whoever does pay it, and however much he is making, if he's healthy, he's still going to be a phenomenal fantasy player.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Jets are going to have a ton of cap room next year. The Colts are another one that'll have a ton of cap room.
Just like sit Marlon Mack back on the bench, man.
Yeah. Goodbye, Marlon Mack.
See you later, Marlon Mack. The 49ers are pretty well situated too, I think.
I would welcome him in the Niners, but I again, too much money. I mean, they still have to see what Jerick McKinnon can do, although he might be kind of a lesser version of himself.
If Lev is on the market and they have room, you go after Lev Bell.
Yeah. Now that I've managed to talk about that for so long, I'm going to take Kamara at number 6.
Oh.
I don't know. Actually, I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I don't know. I can't remember what Mark Ingram's contract situation is. I feel like he's signed through is it one more year or is it this year?
No, he's a free agent.
He's a free agent. So I would guess that he's not going to be on the Saints next year, and then it goes back to the Kamara show like it was in the first 4 weeks. And I think, I think something that, like, when we think of Kamara as slippery and definitely not as thick and powerful as Ingram, I mean, he's still listed at 5'10" and 215. So he's not this like little kind of shrimpy kind of dude, and he still can run in between the tackles. And if I'm getting him at 6 in a snake draft next year, I am elated.
Indeed.
Yeah, man. Getting Kamara at 6, at number 6, I mean, being an auction, it's a little bit different, but like at number 6, I feel, by the time the actual draft comes around in a snake draft, he will be long gone by then.
Yeah.
You got to think he's going to be taking the workhorse role. I mean, so look back to weeks 1 through 4.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they'll probably have another.
Don't put somebody else
in,
but
there.
He showed he was more than capable of. I mean, he was force fed in those first 4 weeks. I also think
his stats in those first 4 weeks, like I think he put up a couple 40 burgers.
Believe me, I remember fondly, and I knew that there was going to be a dent with Ingram in there, but and he still had some. He still had some outstanding games. The last two not as good, but I mean, on average, you can't expect him to get the ball as much with Ingram in there. But I mean, I think too the other really big part of it is that I think because the Saints have just drafted the last 2 or 3 years so remarkably well, and they're just stocked with all this young talent. And I think that Breeze is signed through next year, and I have to think, guys, that I feel like Breeze might play past next year at this rate.
Yeah.
I really do.
I mean, he
if you
set
told
up
me at the start of
yeah.
last year, if you said at the start of last year when he signed that deal, I'd have been like, no way, he's done after 2019. But now,
because he only signed it. Yeah, it was only 2 years, right?
yeah, right.
Yep.
So he turns 40 in May, and if he's looking at what Brady's doing, like I feel like he's looking at what Brady's doing maybe and being like, well, there's no reason I can't play if I have a really good team and I play indoors and I have a good offensive line. You know, I
what
feel like
Kurt Warner did. Kurt Warner was like really effective.
Yeah, that's another
early 40s.
Right,
well,
and that's
41,
actually probably
40,
a much better comparison than Brady, just based on the kind of offense he's known for and stuff, you know, and just playing indoors so much. But so I'm taking Kamara at 6, and now I guess it's back to Simmons.
It's a nice pick, and I was hoping he would squeeze
Wait, what?
by you.
No,
So, Kemp,
how does that not
Kemp,
come back to me?
Kemp, you took Kemp. It's a snake draft, man.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is this like a bit? Are you trying out a bit here?
I think he's messing with us here.
This is like the podcast version of my.
I keep on thinking.
My internet went out.
Kemp, you also sound like you're inside of like a jar. I can barely hear you. Hopefully we can hear you once, like later when I produce the pod. Because right now you're very
hold
soft.
on. Is that
now
better?
I can hear you.
Is that better? Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
That's better. I was actually kind of hoping you would stay where you were, so we couldn't really hear you that well. But
wow.
no, I'm joking. I'm joking.
So,
I love hearing your.
I kept thinking that you
voice.
were number 1, and
Me?
and Sam was number 2.
Oh no, Sam was
I picked Gurley first.
He picked Gurley. Hey, Kim, you took Melvin Gordon, correct?
No.
You took.
I took Zeke and Christian McCaffrey. Dude, this is
okay. I'm taking Melvin Gordon. I'm taking Melvin Gordon.
All right.
He's just been another workhorse. You know, there is Austin Eckler kind of hanging around, getting those receptions and everything. But I look at his game log, especially his like fantasy output game log. It's just so consistent. You know, like usually over 25 points every game. A lot of carries. You know, you got Philly Rivers tossing the rock around, keeping the offense moving. I was kind of oscillating between him and James Conner, actually. Although James Conner has kind of been worn down this year, I feel like it's another great offense and another offense that uses the running back a lot of receptions, you know, a lot of screens, things of that nature. But yeah, I feel pretty good about Melvin Gordon.
Gordon was a guy who I think I had him in. What year would that have been? 16, I guess. So it was his second year, and I think I got him for either $14 or $15 in that draft. And his rookie year, he had been pretty good, but he had just had this, well, and what now looks like even more, this crazy outlier season in terms of touchdowns. And I think he only had 2 or 3 touchdowns, but his yardage was good. And you know, since that rookie year where maybe he was like good but not great, he's just been a monster. I mean, he's been outstanding. Even last year, like his yards per carry wasn't great. I mean, I think sometimes yards per carry can be kind of a misleading stat, but like, because you know it depends on what down you're running on, what the defense looks like. You know, if you bring in the scat back on 3rd and 16 and you run a draw, that guy can average 8 yards a carry, but he's running against a defense that's on 3rd and 16. Whereas a lot of Melvin Gordon's yards are 1st and 10, where the you know the box is potentially stacked, and they're playing their kind of base hard ass defense. So I don't really necessarily hold his yards per carry against him, and he's just like you said, Ben. He's an awesome player.
I feel like it's just his volume and consistency.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like you said, like you're wanting to
Camp, you
go
fell
after...
back into your jar. Your jar. Okay, you're out of your
God
jar.
damn it! All right.
He also has like his low fantasy output. I mean, he's been sat some games because of injury. His low fantasy output is 18 points. Like the whole year.
That's amazing.
So it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid. You know, you can feel comfortable starting him any situation.
Definitely.
And I think it's going back to the fact that of what Sam, you mentioned in a previous podcast, you're wanting to go after guys on good offenses, and I think Melvin Gordon on a bad offense is not. I don't think he's got that raw talent to just change games. That like Saquon Barkley, doesn't matter what team he's on, he's going to be electric. I don't think Melvin Gordon has that, but I think with when you put him on an offense like San Diego's LA Chargers, like he's going to blow up.
I
They
still
feed
call
him
them
the
San
ball.
Diego. I refuse to call them LA.
I know. Oh God, what a terrible decision. I know, but
Kemp, who you taking?
Well, I got a couple ways to go here, and I am looking at, with Melvin Gordon now off the board,
Traquan Smith.
Well, you could do a wide receiver here.
Yeah.
Maybe some Keenan Allen action, all right? Because I love my Keenan Allen.
Hold up.
Yeah, Keenan Allen. Incredible.
I mean, I like Keenan Allen, but the first receiver off the board, that's...
Yeah, naturally.
Okay, go. No, yeah, it's
yeah.
great idea, Kemp. Great idea.
Yeah, no, that's good. No, don't do it. Okay,
I'm gonna,
take Keenan Allen, number 8 overall.
I
think the pick was in.
To do so, but with this news about Kareem Hunt, I mean, I think he would be a stone cold lock right here at number 8 or whatever number I'm going at. But I question that what this new news about him, what if this is going to leak into 2019. So that does kind of get me a little worrisome.
Go ahead and take Adam Thielen.
God, my man, I'm Thielen.
I'm
going to go ahead and go Fournette. I think
easy,
go Fournette.
easy there, pal.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fournette.
All right. Adam Thielen gets me all hot and bothered, I will say.
Okay. All right.
But Leonard Fournette, I think, and Osborne will definitely concur on this one, because he's had Fournette this year and last year that gives him a ton of heartburn, lots of heartache there. But when he's in the game and when he's playing, he is a monster.
He's like a goal line beast. I feel like when they're inside the 5, it's like a guaranteed touchdown with that guy.
Yeah. Let me rephrase it. He's a fantasy beast. He's a fantasy monster. He is going to get you 20 points. Write it down. It's just a matter of.
I actually am writing some of this down, so I'll write that down.
Nice.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so
write this down.
Who's your second pick, Ken?
All right, and then
I'm seriously writing it down.
there,
So if you want to know who's off the board, I can tell you. So far, we've got Gurley, Barkley,
on the turn, I'm going to
McCaffrey,
go
Mahomes, Kamara, Gordon, Fournette.
I'm going to go. You know what? I'm going to risk it. Let's go Kareem Hunt with the next pick. You know, hopefully this all, however many games that he's going to get, whacked, so that maybe they can do it for 2018, and cross my fingers that it doesn't go into 2019, because Kareem Hunt on that offense is going to be something special. And with that being said, I mean, I remember you guys laughed at me. You guys joked on me when I said Spencer Ware was next man up.
I did. That's true.
Ware. And you guys chuckled And now, Ben is going to reap all the rewards.
I didn't laugh at you. I have him on my team right now. Why would I poo-poo that?
No, but he was talking about
Sam did.
he was rattling off the weapons, and like the second or third weapon he used was Spencer Ware.
Dude, Spencer Ware is legit, man. He's a good.
He's good, but he's not like one of their top 3 weapons.
No.
He's
in my defense, I didn't know that before week 13 there was going to be a very ugly and damning TMZ video.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, my whole point with bringing Spencer Ware into this original discussion was saying if something happened to Kareem Hunt, Spencer Ware just steps right in, and that's why that offense continues to be dangerous. And they're like, oh, Spencer Ware. I'm like, no. He's like 80 to 90% of what.
That was
Kareem
a good
Hunt
imitation
is.
of me.
He's 90% Kareem. I don't know about that. We'll find out. We'll find out soon. We'll find out soon.
I think
really
put
quick
it this
thing.
way. I think if he's 90% in fantasy, I think that would be about the Chief system and not about the natural talent. I think Hunt is just a lot better than Ware.
Yeah. I think that's true. But right now he's projected for 7.9 points.
That's going to go way up.
I think Kareem Hunt is not that special of a talent. I mean, I like Melvin Gordon as a talent better than Kareem Hunt, and I was just somewhat shitting on Melvin Gordon outside of L.A.
Right. No, I
fellas,
think
we kind of got to get a move on here because we have like 10 or 15 more minutes here. I'll extend it a little bit, but I'm thinking for the next pick.
Yeah, you got that.
Oh man, this is tough. You know what? Shit. I'm gonna roll the dice a little bit, and it sounds silly to say rolling the dice on this player, but right now he's like, there's a big drop off from Kareem Hunt. I think Kareem Hunt's like 10th in scoring for RBs this year so far. And the next player is David Johnson, who I'm taking with this pick.
I like that pick.
He's like 54 points below Kareem Hunt. Just to give you an idea, James Conner's above Kareem Hunt, and he's 4 points higher than Kareem Hunt. So, 50 points below. I mean, that's a big drop-off. And then you get guys like James White, Philip Lindsay, Adrian Peterson, Joe Mixon, Tariq Cohen, and Tariq Cohen's pretty high up. Wow. But yeah, I think this has been a weird year. I think there's going to be some changes. One more, Josh Rosen will take a step forward. Hopefully, offensive line will improve. I'm just hoping there'll be some stability. He's come out. He's a workhorse back. He's come out and said it. He wants to get, 1,000 receiving, 1,000 rushing. He's watching his stats. He's looking at his stats. He wants those stats. They want to give him the stats, and I think it could be a nice rebound year. I'm just kind of banking on that. We've seen him be like really dominant. I love watching him play. So I could be regretting it, but I'm gonna push my chips over to David Johnson.
No, I like it.
I like it.
He's quietly been like really good the last 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah. I like David
he's starting
Johnson
to come into
from
form.
Talent. I like David Johnson from a talent perspective better than both Melvin Gordon and Kareem Hunt. I think if Arizona gets some O-line help in there, get Rosen another year in that system, that I think David Johnson's actually going to be really good. To get him down at like 9 or 10 or wherever you got him is flipping steel.
Yeah.
Samuel, who are you taking?
No, you're next, Simmons. You go again.
I go again?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yep.
No, Sam,
you don't. You're right. I'm sorry. You never. Wait a minute. What did I do here? I did Gurley,
what's up?
Barkley. Hold on. I did Gurley, Barkley, Zeke, McCaffrey, Mahomes, Amara, Gordon. Who took Gordon?
I took Gordon. I got Gordon, Mahomes.
Gordon. And then wait, and then Kim took Fournette and Hunt. right?
Yeah, I took
Yeah.
Fournette and Hunt.
I'm trying to figure out how I have the 11th pick with the math. But okay, that's fine. No, it's fine. Okay.
It's
I'll,
okay. I think I'm going
the
to end up
math is
having less
confusing.
players than you guys, right? Is that?
I don't know. Maybe.
I
Okay,
think
so
I have like 3 players, and you guys have like 6 each or something.
the 11th pick. I can't believe we don't have a receiver off the board yet. That's unbelievable. I refuse to believe if we were still in the snake, as much as receiver crazy as we are as a league, I don't think that would ever happen. I think part of what we're doing is we're all three of us are overreacting a little bit, even unconsciously, to how paltry and just meager this running back market is. Because man, running backs are just like a mess this year, and receivers are growing on trees. But this is the point.
The cliff
after
it goes down really hard.
Exactly, and this is the point.
Backs.
Right. This is the point after David Johnson that I'm going to go ahead and next year, probably for the first time, but I think it's time, I'm going to go ahead and make the first receiver off the board, DeAndre Hopkins. I think DeAndre Hopkins is 25. He's got a young quarterback. He's got less drama and less of the spotlight than Odell Beckham. He's 4 years younger than Julio Jones. He's 5 years younger than Antonio Brown. He's got incredible hands. He's not a head case the way that a really established talent like Mike Evans is. I think he can run every part of a route tree. You just don't get a lot of drama or bullshit with him. He gets a lot of targets. It said the other night on Monday Night Football he had played 99.6% of the snaps for the Texans this year.
That was crazy.
DeAndre Hopkins at number 11.
That was nuts.
Okay, well then why is DeAndre Hopkins like I don't know, he's just been kind of quiet this year. Maybe like especially like the last 2 weeks. He's been really quiet.
What are you talking about?
The last 2 weeks?
Uh-huh.
And then if you look
But he's got like 10 touchdowns, right?
Yeah. Wait, who did they play the week before?
He's got 8 touchdowns. He's got 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns and 73 receptions already. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that is pretty good. I mean,
what game are you talking about? The game before last?
Washington.
Who did they play?
Washington.
I mean, he scored. He had a touchdown.
Washington and then versus Tennessee.
Yeah, he had a touchdown. This past week he didn't because they were rolling the safety to him, and so Demaryius Thomas.
Actually, I don't disagree with you putting Hopkins as the number 1 wide receiver.
Well, that's a relief. Thank you, Kemp.
But I just I don't know. I just feel like they're not like he's not grabbing headlines. I don't know. Maybe he's kind of just being quiet over there in Houston.
Well, that's probably good. It's like what Sam was saying. It's a good thing in a way. Isn't it crazy that Julio's leading he's leading all receivers in yardage, 1,300 yards already.
Oh,
the next
closest
is Thielen with 1,138.
Yeah,
that's insane. But it's just the touchdowns. I mean, that's
that's what's holding them back. Okay, we have 12th now, so this is
so it's you,
this
Sam.
is Simmons. No, it's you.
Well,
it's me. Sorry.
Yeah, it's you again.
Yeah, it's me because
unreal.
Wait, hold on. You know what we did? This is why we messed it up. This is what we did. I fucked this up. I didn't take a player after Kamara.
Oh.
I needed to take a player after Kamara because there was no way I should be picking 11th if it's a 12-team draft. You know, like if we're going 3.
All right, well,
I should never be picking
2.
11th.
Take 2 now. Take 2. Take a little.
I'll
take
3.
3.
Sure. I'll take 6 players. Okay, so
it's a little unfair, but go ahead.
No, so I'll go ahead and move. You know what? I'll just go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and retroactively in the what would this be? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the 7th spot, I'll go ahead and put Le'Veon Bell. I'm just gonna assume he's not gonna be on the Jets, and I'm just gonna assume he's not gonna be on the Jets, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because of that crazy usage. So we got Bell, then Gordon. Yeah, Kemp. I got my comeuppance there, making fun of you and then messing up the snake.
Yeah, that's right.
You're like, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Hopkins was 12, and so now I have 13. Now this is going to be the team. So this is the first pick where, in theory, the team you're drafting someone who already has a player. So with
I
team
hope everybody
12,
finds this podcast helpful. I mean, this is going to be super helpful. This one.
oh yeah, this is like should be your fucking Bible next year. Okay, so the team 12 took Hopkins at the end, and I'm gonna go ahead. I'm looking at the running backs. I'm gonna go ahead and actually go receiver, and I'll take. You know what? I'll take Beckham. It's close, but I'll take Beckham just because he's a little younger, and Antonio Brown, who we all love, even though he is apparently off the field kind of a crazy person. He's turning 30. Did he just turn 30, or he's about to turn 30?
Just turned 30.
Yeah, but so Beckham is several years younger. You know, he's had a healthy year. He's sort of, I wouldn't say quietly, because there's nothing he does is ever quiet, but he's sort of had a healthy and sort of steady year. Obviously, the Giants have been kind of a mess, but it has not hindered his production, nor has it hindered Saquon's production. So give me Odell Beckham at 13, and just to kind of kick this back off, I guess we're back to Simmons now.
Yes.
And Simmons, you're taking wait, are we
Le'Veon.
So
I was
so
going
wait,
to take
Bell,
Le'Veon.
and
You
then
just stabbed me right in the heart when you said Le'Veon Bell.
and who
I was going to have three.
Simmons
I
to
was going to have
Gordon.
three workhorse running backs, and have Le'Veon on my flex. Oh God, it really hurt me. You know, this is tough because I'm just staring down Julio right now. I'm looking at those yardage. I'm looking at the consistency.
So by the way, this guy, this will be the team that took David Johnson first. I'm just letting you know. So this would be the team. This would be team. No, this team would be team 11. They took David Johnson in the first round.
Yeah, I took I think I took Melvin Gordon. Wait, who did I take? Oh God.
No,
Wow.
You took David Johnson
Like I
before
said,
me, didn't you?
Anybody
I did.
listening,
Okay,
take
it's
notes.
okay.
He took David
okay.
Johnson.
Edit out all this.
I have no idea.
stuff
I have no clue what my team looks like.
So,
But,
no,
so
because Kim took Fournette and Hunt. Kim took Fournette and Hunt, and then you took David Johnson.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I have Saquon, David Johnson.
No, you don't have those. Oh my God!
I took Saquon second. I took him second.
I
told
you
you
took
shouldn't have done a fucking.
I know, but
back and forth
the idea behind this is that you don't. The idea is that you don't have Saquon.
I know. We were just like ranking the players. We're just ranking the players.
You're drafting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have.
I was taking
this
ownership.
team would be. Yeah, right. Of the guys you personally handpicked, I got you.
Yeah.
But so this particular team, let's say, of the 4 teams you're drafting for, this particular team would have David Johnson as their first round running back. I'm
Exactly.
saying in case that affects who you would take in the second round.
Ooh, boy, man, it's tough because I'm still looking at James Conner, man. I'm looking at James Conner. I'm thinking to myself, this guy, the team loves him. Offensive line loves him. Everybody, like the whole organization, loves this kid from Pittsburgh. Got a heart of gold. I'm going to take James Conner. I'm taking him.
Wow.
I'm looking at some of their options, some of these receivers, and they're really intriguing. But he's young, he's hungry. He knows the rigors of an NFL season. I think he's going to come back and have another big year. I think he's going to be involved in the passing game like he was this year. He's got. There's so much opportunity for him. If he can just stay healthy and be productive, he's going to be a beast. I mean, there's nothing holding him back. So, we've seen it over the years. We've seen like any running back that's put in that role. D'Angelo Williams, remember that? Beginning of the year, that one year when he was like rattling off like 30-point fantasy games. I mean, it's just I don't know. We've seen Le'Veon Bell. I think he's going to have a monster year. So James Conner.
Kemp, let the record show that Team 11 in this draft, handpicked by Ben Simmons, went running back in the 2 rounds of a mock draft.
This is unprecedented. And he hated doing it every single time. Wait, no, I thought he did. You drafted Pat Mahomes.
What?
You drafted Mahomes.
Oh my God!
So he didn't go.
Kemp.
I did have Mahomes. That was like another. So we're drafting for like 4 teams, right? We each have 4 teams.
We're drafting for 12 total teams.
We each have 4.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
I'm saying, but that's why it's like he didn't go running back.
Yes, he did, because he would have. It's for Team 11. Team 11 had David Johnson, and then he just had the 14th pick.
Oh, we're not even. Okay. All right.
So I got to sign off here in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Just FYI.
All right. So let me. So
Kemp, you go back to back.
All right. I'm doing Nick Chubb.
Oh wow! Whoa!
Why? No need to curse, man. No need to curse. Wow.
Who?
You just cursed.
Oh what? Yeah.
No, like the phone beeped. The phone beeped right as you said Nick Chubb.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
You sound like you were cursing for some reason.
So I'm doing Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb is what Kemp does on the road in hotels when he's trying to manscape.
Wait till I get off the phone here, guys, and I'm all by my lonesome.
Oh my God!
Let me just tell you, Nick Chubb, I think his ceiling is as a generational talent.
Whoa.
I think he's one of the best running backs in the NFL.
Wow!
He got crazy speed. His breakaway speed is incredible.
His acceleration is unbelievable. That run he had versus Oakland. Now, granted, this might be because Oakland's defense doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, but like you could see the angles that Oakland defenders were trying to go after, thinking that they would catch up with him, and he blows right past them. So it's man, these guys way quicker than you think he is. He's a big back.
He's got Philip Lindsay acceleration. Yeah.
So Kemp, you went. This team 10 went Hunt and Chubb. So you're hunting for Chubb.
Yeah. And plus, he's got just the greatest last name. I mean, there's so many jokes you could do with Chubb. It's never ending.
I'm sure he's heard them all too.
That's definitely what I take into account when I'm drafting at the top of the draft. Will the jokes be good?
Yes. How can I turn his name into like a fantasy football
a phallic
name.
joke?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then I'm turning right around, and I'm drafting my main man, Aaron fucking Jones, because I got a Jones for Jones. Aaron Jones is the truth.
Right.
He is on a team that, the best Aaron on the Green Bay Packers is Aaron Jones.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And I love Aaron Rodgers.
That take needs 20 minutes to cool. Just fresh out of the oven.
I am
right out of the deep fryer. Hot chicken nugget.
I mean, I don't want to say
burn the roof of your mouth.
And saying Aaron Jones is the real deal here. Everybody has known since the two were drafted that Aaron Jones was way better than Jamal Williams.
Except for one person.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy.
Well, Aaron, you mean Aaron Rodgers, right, Simmons? You mean Aaron Rodgers?
Well,
Aaron Rodgers knew it.
And
Aaron Rodgers was trying
Mike
to get him
McCarthy
in the game. Mike McCarthy closed the door on him.
Together.
According to Kemp, Aaron Rodgers is making the personnel decision, so he didn't know, and he needs to do a better job of that.
Well, I don't.
Yeah.
Look, I don't
not
want to
LeBron.
get bogged down on this Aaron Rodgers debate.
Yeah, please don't then.
think...
Okay, so you're taking Aaron Jones at 16 overall.
You're taking Aaron Jones.
This team has Fournette and Aaron Jones, and now it's back to you, Simmons.
All right, and Sam, when you pick, that's going to be the last pick. Unfortunately, I got to bounce.
Okay.
I got to.
Okay, I'll do two. Yeah.
So let's see. Oh God.
Two receivers.
So
off
here's
the
the
board
thing,
in
like, man,
16 picks.
I'm staring down these receivers, and I can't. I once again, Julio Jones, like, he's so consistent, but the touchdowns bother me. Oh, should I go with Tyreek? I think I'm going to go Tyreek, man. Is this a stack with Mahomes? The team, does this team have
No,
Mahomes?
this is Gordon Tyreek.
Gordon Tyreek? Okay.
Yes.
Well, shit, man. I mean, I'm going Tyreek, yeah. He's just,
All right.
he's kind of like hit or miss some weeks. Like, he's kind of an elite receiver who has, like, his floor actually, surprisingly, is not that high. I mean, if you look through his game logs, he's had game. Tyreek, yeah, he's had like 7.2 one week. He had 11 one week, 11 multiple weeks, 10, 9. But then he'll just have these games. He's capable of like winning me a matchup basically all by himself because he can.
I'm scared to death to play you again. I don't know how I beat you last time we played because Tyreek Hill is a monster.
I don't know how you did either. I think you cheated. I think you should give me that W because there's a chance I could win the league if you just give me that W.
Yeah.
You kind of conceded. You conceded that loss already, so you should probably give it to me retroactively.
Like kind of like a gimme putt in golf, like the way that Phil gave Tiger that putt and that Tiger versus Phil.
Yeah. That was so weird.
Kim
so
I don't want
to
win like this. So I'll go 18, and this is the person who had Le'Veon Bell. I'm going to stick with the reliable, even though he's a little older, Antonio Brown at 18. That's insane to think you could get Antonio Brown that late, given his consistency. And we'll make it a run on receivers, and in the 19th spot to complement Alvin Kamara. Give me the Saints stack, and I'll take Michael Thomas at number 19.
Okay.
Julio's still on the board, though.
Michael Thomas at number 19 is crazy.
So
yeah.
Who's the team I'm picking for now? Who's on that team?
Took Mahomes the first time.
I should have just put Tyreek on this team. I'm an idiot. Any way to flop them? Can I go back in time? No, I think. Oh man, I'm not going to pick Adam Thielen. I think he's due for a regression next year. I don't know. He's leading the league in receptions. He has 93 receptions right now. I don't think he's going to be that good next year. I think he's going to be solid, but not like he already has 93 receptions, 1,138 yards and 8 touchdowns already.
Yeah.
Like that's like a full season for a receiver. So he's having kind of like a crazy year. I don't think it's going to happen next year. I think he's kind of going to take a step back. So I'm going to go Julio.
All right. Yep.
Hamster?
So we've taken 20 players and only 6 receivers. That's insane.
Yeah.
All right, my turn. I can't get off this running back kick. I'm going Joe Mixon with my first pick. I think the big thing knocking him down is the fact that he's on Cincinnati, and I think that offense is a mess. Like having to rely behind that O-line. There's a lot of problems, and then I will switch around and go with the next.
McCaffrey. So that's McCaffrey and Nixon. Would be the first two of that team. McCaffrey and then Nixon.
Horses.
I would love that. I would love that one too.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to turn it back around, and I guess
this is the Zeke team, by the way. This is the Zeke team.
This is the Zeke team. Okay, I'm going to go. Let's see. I'm going to go Adam Thielen. You know,
okay.
if he's I believe he's only 20. He'll be 28 next year. I think he's still well in his prime, and
prime.
the age 8.
I heard a rumor, and
for
I don't know if
wide
this is true,
receivers.
but I heard that he's the first one in the practice facility and the last to leave.
He absolutely is. He absolutely is. He's a lunch pail type of wide receiver that always, he's always staying after.
He's got like boot leather underwear out here.
Well,
He wears boot leather underwear. It's true.
His arm sleeves are actually old repurposed vinyl Bruce Springsteen records.
recycled tires.
Yeah.
For yeah, he likes to.
He sleeps in a big tire, which I think is weird, but
class. He's a middle class type of guy.
Sleeps in a big tire. Oh God. All right, so wait, you just picked 2, right, Kemp? You just
so
picked
you
2.
took yeah. So now it's you, Simmons, at 23.
Okay. Shit.
Receivers left. I have this list: Evans, Keenan Allen, AJ Green, Juju, Diggs, Devontae Adams, Emmanuel Sanders, T.Y. Hilton, Kenny Galladay.
Some good ones.
You've got Dalvin Cook. You've got Kerryon Johnson.
Who's
Phillip
on this
Lindsay.
team I'm picking for?
This is Saquon.
Oh, okay.
Saquon.
You know what? I gotta hurry here. Let's see. I am going to pick Drew Brees. Call me crazy. Call me insane. This is my brand of fantasy football, and I feel like he and Mahomes, Brees has shown this year that he can still light it up. He's been the second best fantasy QB. Actually, Matt, you know what's crazy though? Matt Ryan is like right behind him. Isn't that insane?
That is pretty insane.
And that's not even counting.
Good this year.
Yeah, and that was a good. That was a good pick by you, Kemp. That was a good pick by you.
Yeah, he had a good schedule.
Oh man, was that a bad pick there? I'm starting to look down. Oh well, I'm gonna own it.
You can change
Brees.
it. You can change it. No, you can change it.
No, I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay, Brees.
Saquon and
So,
Brees. I like that pairing.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, so I'll end. I had this is the Gurley team. I don't really want to go running back. Although if I were going to take a running back here, mixes off the board, I would take. I think next year you're going to get good value on Dalvin Cook because it was hamstring injury this year. I think he was 40 in our league. I think he showed on Sunday. He's just got a ton of talent, and if he can stay right, he's just a really, really good running back. But I'm not going to take him. I'll go receiver. You know what? This is a player I was wrong about, and you guys were, I think, both right about. I'm going to end this by taking Devontae Adams at number 24, and so that gives me Gurley and Devontae Adams. I think Juju would have been a fine pick there. I think Mike Evans would have been a fine pick, but I'll stick with Devontae Adams due to the quality of the offense.
Nice. That was a pleasure. That was a lot of fun, guys.
Man, that was knocking that one out, cranking it out. I like it.
Good time.
Gaudy Stats. So gaudy.